Welcome. Today, I'm going to share something that can truly change your life. This book is not just a book, it's a movement, a lifesaver, a guide to peace, power, and confidence. It's called The Power of Positive Thinking by Dr. Norman Vincent Peale. Since it was published, this book has sold over 15 million copies worldwide. It has been translated into more than 40 languages. And it has helped millions of people to heal, to find peace, and to believe in themselves again. But this is not a motivational speech. This is a system, a way of thinking, speaking, believing, and acting that brings real change. People who were depressed, broken, anxious, hopeless, they read this book and came back to life. And the best part? It's written in simple words. And today, I'll explain it in even simpler English, so anyone in the world can understand it and feel its power. Perfect for improving your English listening and understanding. So while you learn the lessons of life, you also grow in English. So stay with me till the end, because this one book might give you the faith, power, and confidence you've been searching for your entire life. Let's begin. This book has a total of 20 chapters, and in this video, I've explained all of them in detail, one by one, with simple English and powerful real-life examples. Chapter 1. Believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, the world won't either. Most people fail before they even try, because deep inside they think, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not lucky like others. These thoughts are silent killers. This chapter says, you must build confidence from the inside. Imagine a boy named Sam. In school, he always stayed quiet. He thought, I can't speak English like the others. I'll look stupid. So he never raised his hand, never practiced. One day, a teacher told him, you are not less than anyone. You just think you are. Those words changed Sam. He started talking to himself positively every morning. I can learn. I am not afraid. I will improve. 6 months later, Sam was standing on stage, giving a speech in English. His hands were shaking, but his heart was strong. Why? Because he believed in himself. This chapter teaches, remove the negative voice inside you. Replace it with positive self-talk. Speak to yourself like you would speak to someone you love. Action tip. Each morning, look in the mirror and say, I believe in myself. I'm capable. I can do difficult things. Do it for 30 days, and you will feel unstoppable. Chapter 2. A peaceful mind means a powerful life. You can't think clearly if your mind is full of noise. This chapter teaches you to make your mind peaceful, because peace gives you power. Think about your phone. When it has too many apps open, it slows down. Your brain is the same. Anger, stress, jealousy, overthinking. These things keep running in the background and drain your energy. To live a powerful life, you must calm the inner storm. Example. There was a woman named Maria. She worked hard, but was always tired, angry, and sad. Her boss shouted, her kids complained, her husband didn't listen. One day, she sat under a tree, closed her eyes, and breathed deeply. No phone, no noise, no expectations, just silence. She did this 10 minutes every day. Slowly, something changed. She smiled more. She spoke calmly. People started respecting her. She didn't get lucky. She just made her mind peaceful, and that changed her life. This chapter teaches, disconnect from chaos. Go for a walk. Sit quietly. Talk to yourself like a friend. Read something peaceful before bed. Not news, not gossip, not drama. Peace equals power. When your mind is peaceful, your life becomes powerful. Chapter 3. Stop being afraid of the future. Fear kills dreams. Most people don't fail because of problems. They fail because they fear the possibility of problems. They ask, what if I lose money? What if people laugh at me? What if I fail? But what if you succeed? This chapter teaches, don't let fear control your life. For example, there was a young man who dreamed of starting his own cafe. But he was afraid. He had never run a business. He had no experience. One day, he asked his old grandfather, what if I fail? The old man smiled and said, then you'll learn. And if you don't try, you'll only regret. That day, he took a loan and opened his cafe. It failed in 6 months, but he didn't give up. He studied, he learned, he opened again. Today, he owns 5 cafes because he stopped asking, what if I fail, and started asking, what if I fly? This chapter teaches, fear is not real. It lives only in your imagination. Face it, talk to it, and walk through it. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's action despite fear. One sentence to remember. Don't fear the future. Shape it with action. Chapter 4. Create your own happiness. Happiness is not something you wait for. It's something you create. Many people think, I'll be happy when I get the job. I'll be happy when I get married. I'll be happy when I become rich. But if your happiness depends on something outside, you'll always be chasing it. This chapter says, start with happiness inside. A rich businessman once said, I have everything, but I feel empty. He had money, fame, a big house, but no peace. Then he started doing small things. He spent time with poor kids on Sundays. He called his mom every night. He planted trees. He said thank you more often. Slowly, he started smiling again. He realized, happiness is not in things. It's in moments. It's in giving. It's in connection. It's in gratitude. This chapter teaches, smile first, not because life is perfect, but because you're alive. Stop comparing. Start appreciating. Find joy in small things. Tea with your mother, a hug from your child, a quiet moment alone. One powerful line. If you want to be happy, don't wait. Create Chapter 5. Expect the best, and you'll get it. Your mind is like a magnet. If you think good things will happen, you attract them. If you expect failure, it often becomes true. This chapter says, always expect the best. Even when life looks dark. But why does this work? Because when you expect something good, your brain becomes creative, your body feels energetic, and your eyes start seeing opportunities. But if you expect the worst, your brain shuts down, your body gets tired, and your heart becomes afraid. Real-life example. There was a man named David. He was a salesman. Every morning he told himself, no one will buy today. People don't care. And guess what? He sold almost nothing. One day, he tried something different. Before leaving the house, he stood in front of the mirror and said, today will be a great day. I will meet kind people. I will sell. In the beginning, nothing big changed. But slowly, his smile became real, his energy was stronger, he looked confident, and people started listening, buying, trusting. After 3 months, David became the top salesperson. Not because the world changed, but because he did. This chapter teaches, what you expect becomes your reality. You have to choose. Expect miracles or expect misery. Every day, expect success, not fear. One action. Tip, before every important moment, a meeting, interview, speech, close your eyes and say, I expect the best. I am ready. Do this for 1 week. Your mindset will change forever. Chapter 6. Stop feeding your mind with fear. Fear is not just an emotion, it's a poison. It destroys your peace, weakens your body, and steals your power. This chapter is about one big lesson. Starve your fears and feed your faith. Think about it. What are you feeding your mind daily? If you're always watching negative news, listening to complaints, comparing yourself on social media, you're feeding fear. But if you read good books, talk to positive people, meditate, pray, reflect, you feed peace and power. Example from real life. A woman named Julia had panic attacks. She feared losing her job, her health, and her relationships. Her day started with negative news and ended with gossip videos. Her mind became a storm. One day, her therapist gave her a task. For the next 10 days, no bad content, no gossip, only positive thoughts, good music, walking in nature, and a gratitude journal. She laughed. "This won't help," she said. But she did it anyway. By day 7, she felt better. By day 30, no panic attacks. She felt like a different person. Why? Because she stopped feeding her fears. This chapter teaches, fear grows when you water it. So stop watering it. Instead of saying, "What if I fail?" say, "What if I grow?" Don't let fear write your story. Powerful. Quote, rephrased for simplicity. Feed your mind with courage, and fear will die of hunger. Chapter 7. Break the habit of worrying. Worry is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do but takes you nowhere. This chapter teaches a life-changing lesson. Worrying is a habit, and like any habit, it can be broken. Most people think worry is just part of life. But this book says, you are not born with worry. You learn it, and you can unlearn it. Real example. There was a man named Nick. Every day he worried. What if I lose my job? What if my wife leaves me? What if I get sick? One day, he heard a speaker say something strange. Write down all your worries on paper, then burn the paper. He thought it was silly, but he did it. He wrote, I'm afraid of being poor. I'm afraid of dying alone. He burned the paper. He felt lighter. He kept doing it. Every week, and slowly, his worries lost power. Why? Because he started releasing them, not holding them inside. Another tip from the chapter. Divide your worries into 3 parts. 1. Worries you can solve now? Solve them. 2. Worries you can't solve now? Schedule time to think about them. 3. Worries that are silly and useless? Throw them out. This chapter teaches, worry steals your sleep, your focus, and your joy. Face your worry. Don't hide from it. Replace worry with problem solving. One powerful reminder. Worry doesn't take away tomorrow's pain. It only takes away today's peace. Chapter 8. Trust the power that's greater than you. This chapter is deeply spiritual, but very simple. It says, there is a power in this universe, something bigger than you. And when you trust it, you feel safe, strong, and protected. Some call it God. Some call it the universe. Some call it faith. Whatever name you give it, the truth is this. You are not alone. There was a man whose business failed. He lost everything. He tried everything. Loans, investors, begging. Nothing worked. One day, in complete silence, he said, I've done all I can. Now I let go. I trust. And strangely, the next week, a friend called with an opportunity. Not magic, not luck, just faith and peace, after total surrender. Think of a child walking on the street with their father. The child doesn't fear cars, thieves, or falling. Why? Because they are holding their father's hand. That's what trust feels like. This chapter teaches, when you try to control everything, You get tired, afraid, weak. But when you trust something higher, your heart feels light. You don't have to carry all the weight alone. One powerful practice. Each night before sleep, whisper, I am not alone. I trust the path. I release my fear. You will sleep better and live stronger. Chapter 9. How to have constant energy. Many people feel tired all the time, not because their body is weak, but because their mind is exhausted. This chapter teaches a secret. Energy doesn't only come from food or sleep. It comes from your thoughts. Your thoughts can make you feel strong or destroy you from the inside. Let's imagine two people. Person A wakes up and says, "Oh no, another hard day. I'm tired already." Person B wakes up and says, "Today is a gift. I will give it my best." Both have the same job, same body. But by 10 a.m., one feels tired and the other feels alive. Why? Because of their mindset. Example. There was a nurse who worked 12-hour shifts in a hospital. Her name was Emily. She cared for patients, helped doctors, stayed on her feet all day. Yet people asked her, "How do you always look so full of energy?" Her answer was simple. "I don't focus on how tired I am. I focus on why I do this." Her energy didn't come from coffee. It came from her purpose, from helping others. Even when she had pain in her legs, she smiled, because her mind was stronger than her body. This chapter teaches, negative thoughts drain your energy. Positive thinking creates energy. It gives strength to your body and joy to your heart. Start your day with words like, I am strong. I am ready. I have a reason to live today. Quick practice for energy. Every time you feel low, say this out loud. I have all the energy I need. I am bigger than this moment. Say it with force. Stand up. Breathe deeply. You will feel a shift inside you. Chapter 10. Try prayer power. This chapter is not about religion. It's about spiritual energy. It says, you are not alone. When your strength ends, there's a power you can connect to. That power comes through something very simple. Prayer. Prayer is not about using perfect words. It's about speaking from your heart. Even if you're sitting alone, feeling broken, and whisper, please help me. That is prayer. A businessman was losing everything. His company, money, and marriage. He tried therapy, coaching, even medication. But nothing helped. One night, feeling hopeless, he said out loud, God, if you're there, I need help. In that silence, he cried for the first time in years. That moment of surrender gave him new strength. Not magic, but peace. He stopped fighting everything alone. He started praying every morning, 10 minutes of quiet time. Slowly, his life became clearer. This chapter teaches, prayer is not just asking, it's connecting to peace. You don't have to be religious, just be honest. Speak from your soul. Make it a habit. Talk to that higher power daily. You'll never feel alone again. Simple practice. Every night before sleeping, whisper 3 things. 1. Thank you for today. 2. Forgive me for my mistakes. 3. Guide me tomorrow. This quiet habit can make your heart feel strong, even in the darkest moments. Chapter 11. Stop holding grudges. This chapter is life-changing. It says, when you hold anger, it's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Forgiveness is not about making the other person feel better. It's about freeing yourself. Many people carry pain from the past. A friend who betrayed them. A partner who cheated. A family member who hurt them. And they say, I'll never forgive. But this only keeps the wound open. Forgiveness closes the wound, not for them, but for you. There was a man who didn't speak to his brother for 12 years. Why? Because his brother insulted him in front of others. Years passed. The pain grew. One day he read this line: "Forgive, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace." He cried. He called his brother. They both cried. They both healed. He didn't lose his pride. He gained his peace. This chapter teaches forgiveness is power. It takes more strength to forgive than to hate. Forgiving someone doesn't mean they were right. It means you choose peace. Let go, not for them, for you. Simple practice. Close your eyes and say the name of someone who hurt you. Then whisper, "I forgive you. I release this pain. I choose peace." You don't need to tell them. You just need to free your soul. Chapter 12. Live a controlled and relaxed life. In this modern world, people are always rushing, running, competing. They wake up in a hurry, work in a hurry, eat in a hurry, sleep with worry. But this chapter teaches something powerful. A calm life is not a boring life. It is a smart, successful, and happy life. When you live in a relaxed and controlled way, you make better decisions, enjoy deeper moments, and live with more strength. There was a man named Daniel. He was the CEO of a company, always in meetings, phone calls, and emails. One day, his doctor said, "Your heart is in danger. You need to slow down." So Daniel changed his life. He woke up 30 minutes earlier to enjoy breakfast with his daughter. He stopped checking his phone after 8 p.m. He walked in the park every evening. No phone, just the sound of trees. He worked with more focus, less panic. After 6 months, he was healthier, happier, and more productive than ever. He didn't do less. He did things better. This chapter teaches, don't rush. Rushing doesn't bring success. Focus does. Don't try to do 50 things. Do 5 things with love, and that's enough. Slow living is not lazy. It is wise. Simple tips for a controlled life. 1. Create a morning routine, not a rush. 2. Eat slowly. Talk slowly. Breathe deeply. 3. Say no to unnecessary things. Protect your peace. Remember, relaxed is not weak. Controlled is not boring. It is strength in silence. Chapter 13. How to stay calm in every situation. Life is unpredictable. Bad things will happen. People will hurt you. Plans will break. The road will shake. But this chapter gives one powerful truth. You can't control everything, but you can control how you respond. The difference between a weak person and a strong person is this. The weak react in anger, panic, or fear. The strong stay calm, think clearly, and take wise action. A young pilot was flying a plane when one of the engines failed mid-air. The passengers were screaming, the crew was panicking. But the pilot, he stayed calm. He said to himself, "Panic won't save anyone. My calmness is their survival." He followed protocol, communicated with the tower, and landed the plane safely. Later, when reporters asked, "Weren't you scared?" he smiled and said, "Yes, but fear doesn't fix a crisis. Clarity does." This chapter teaches, you don't need to react to everything. Calmness is not weakness. It is a sign of great strength. When things get out of control, breathe, speak slowly, act wisely, practice for calmness. When you're angry, say nothing for 10 seconds. Breathe deeply. Ask yourself, what's the wisest thing I can do right now? Your life will change, not when things calm down, but when you do. Chapter 14. Believe in healing power. This chapter is incredibly emotional and powerful. It says, your mind has the power to heal your body. That's right. Many diseases, pains, and even long-term health issues can improve when you feed your mind with positive, peaceful, and healing thoughts. Science has proved this again and again, that belief, hope, and peace help the body heal faster. Real-life example. There was a woman named Susan who had cancer. Doctors said she might not survive more than a year. But instead of falling into fear, she made a decision. Every morning, she listened to calming music. She smiled at herself in the mirror and said, "My body is healing. My cells are strong. I will live." She also started helping others in the hospital, reading books to children, feeding elderly patients. Her mind was filled with kindness and strength, not sickness. 1 year later, the doctors were shocked. Her reports were better than expected. Her cancer didn't just stop, it began to reverse. Was it only medicine? No, it was the power of hope, faith, and inner strength. A boy broke his spine in a car accident. Doctors said he would never walk again. But he refused to believe it. He imagined himself walking, running, dancing. For 2 years, he trained his body. But more importantly, he trained his mind. Today, he walks with pride and runs marathons. This chapter teaches: your thoughts affect your health. Positive thinking does not mean ignoring pain. It means believing in recovery. Faith and healing go hand in hand. Simple practice. Every morning and night, close your eyes and say, "My body is healing. I am getting stronger. I am filled with life." Say it with love. Your cells are listening. Chapter 15. Build strong personal relationships. No one succeeds alone. We are human, and humans need connection, love, support, and understanding. This chapter explains one truth. If your relationships are strong, your life becomes stronger. But today, most relationships are weak because of ego, anger, miscommunication, or lack of time. This chapter teaches you how to fix that. A couple was married for 15 years, but they had stopped talking, laughing, and spending time together. One day, the husband decided to make one small change. Every morning before leaving for work, he kissed his wife's hand and said, "Thank you for being with me." In the beginning, she didn't respond, but he didn't stop. After 3 weeks, she smiled. After 2 months, they started talking again. After 6 months, they renewed their vows. Their marriage wasn't saved by money or therapy, but by kindness and patience. There was a man who never spoke kindly to his children. He was always busy, always stressed. One day, his young son looked at him and asked, "Dad, why don't you smile when you see me?" That one question broke his heart. He sat down, hugged his son, and cried. From that day, he started spending 15 minutes daily playing and talking with his kids. Their bond became unbreakable. This chapter teaches: say thank you and "I love you" often. Forgive quickly. Speak gently. Listen with love. Don't wait to fix things. Start now. Simple practice for better relationships. 1. Message or call one person daily, just to appreciate them. 2. Hug more, judge less. 3. Make time, not excuses. Remember, your success is empty if you have no one to share it with. Chapter 16. Make the power of faith work for you. This chapter is the heart of the book. It says, faith is not just belief. It is action. It is trust. It is strength from something beyond you. Faith is what keeps you going when the road is dark. Faith is what helps you walk, even when you can't see the finish line. When you believe that your life has purpose, that good things will come, and that you are never truly alone. That's when miracles begin to happen. Imagine, a man lost his job. For 6 months, no company called him back. His savings were gone. His wife was pregnant. He was ready to give up. But every morning he wore his old suit, took his folder, and said, "I don't know who will hire me, but I believe someone will." One day, while waiting at a bus stop, he helped an old man carry his groceries. That man turned out to be the CEO of a company. They talked. The CEO liked his honesty. He gave him a job, a better one than he had before. Faith brought that moment, not luck. A girl wanted to study in a foreign university but had no money. Everyone said it was impossible. But she had faith. She applied for 30 scholarships, wrote emails every day, prayed, believed. On the 31st application, she got a full scholarship. She's now a professor, teaching others to believe in dreams. This chapter teaches, faith is not hope. It's stronger. It's a decision. Faith means acting, even when you can't see the result yet. Faith gives power to your actions, peace to your heart, and light to your path. Daily faith practice. 1. Every morning say this: I don't know how, but I believe it will happen. 2. Act with courage. Even small steps, taken with faith, move mountains. 3. End each day with this line: I did my best, and the rest is in bigger hands. Chapter 17. Stop trying to please everyone. This chapter begins with one deep truth. You cannot live a happy life if you spend it trying to make everyone else happy. Most people feel tired, not because they're doing too much, but because they're doing too much for others and not enough for themselves. They say yes when they want to say no. They agree to things that hurt their peace. They hide their feelings just to avoid conflict. This chapter teaches, if you want to live fully, you have to stop pleasing people and start respecting your own truth. A girl named Clara was always the nice one. She stayed silent when her friends used her. She agreed to a marriage she didn't want. She worked a job that made her miserable, just to make her parents proud. One day she broke down. She looked in the mirror and asked, "Why does everyone love me, but I don't love myself?" That night she wrote a letter to herself. It said, "Dear Clara, I'm sorry. From now on, I will protect you." She made bold changes, said no to the marriage, quit the job, applied to study music, her childhood dream. Everyone was shocked. Some were angry, but for the first time in her life, she felt free. This chapter teaches, you don't need to explain your life to everyone. Pleasing people often means betraying yourself. Choose your peace, even if it means some people walk away. Practice for self-respect. Every time you feel pressure to please others, ask yourself, if I say yes to them, am I saying no to myself? And if the answer is yes, choose yourself. Chapter 18. Fill your life with love. This chapter is soft, but powerful. It says, success without love is empty. A rich life is not filled with money. It's filled with love. Love is not just romance. It's how you treat people. It's how you speak to strangers. It's how you forgive, help, smile, and listen. Love is a decision to be kind, even when the world isn't. There was a boy who had Down syndrome. Every day, his classmates ignored him. One girl, just one, sat with him during lunch. She shared her food, smiled, and asked about his day. She didn't think it was a big deal, but 10 years later, he sent her a message that said, "Your love saved me. I wanted to die, but you made me feel seen. Small love, big impact. This chapter teaches you never lose by loving. Even when the world is cold, your warmth matters. Don't just chase goals, build love around you. Practice love daily. 1. Say, I love you more. To your parents, siblings, partner, friends. 2. Help someone without expecting anything. 3. Say something kind to a stranger every day. Remember, at the end of life, people don't remember your money. They remember your love. Chapter 19. Don't give up. You're closer than you think. This chapter is emotional. It talks to the person who is about to quit, to the one who is tired, who thinks, maybe this dream isn't for me. But the truth is, you are closer than you think. Many people quit one step before success. Why? Because they let exhaustion speak louder than purpose. A gold miner dug for 5 years. Every day he worked for hours. One day he found nothing. He said, it's useless, and sold his land. The next person dug 3 feet deeper and struck gold. There was a woman who wanted to become a writer. She sent her first book to 22 publishers. All rejected her. She cried, almost gave up. But her best friend told her, don't let rejection kill your gift. Just one yes will change everything. She sent it to one more publisher. The 23rd, they said yes. That book became a global bestseller. That woman? J.K. Rowling. This chapter teaches, you don't need 100 people to believe in you, just one. And that one should be you. If it's hard, it means it's worth it. Struggles are signs of progress, not failure. Practice to keep going. 1. When you want to quit, ask, why did I start? 2. Think of your future self, the one who will thank you for not giving up. 3. Say this every day. I've come too far to stop now. I'm not finished. You were not born to give up. You were born to rise, again and again. Chapter 20. Live your life with power and purpose. This is the final chapter, and it's a message to your soul. It says, you are not an accident. You were made for something bigger. Most people just exist. They wake up, work, eat, sleep, and call it life. But deep inside, they feel empty, because they are not living with purpose. This chapter teaches you how to live with fire in your heart. There was a man who worked at a call center. Every day, he repeated the same script. But one day he asked himself, is this why I was born? He began volunteering on weekends, helping poor students learn English. Something lit up inside him. He quit his job, opened a small school. It grew because his purpose gave him power. Today, 2,000 students are learning in his school because one man asked a bold question. A woman worked in a hospital cleaning floors. People ignored her. But she smiled at every patient. She sang while she cleaned. She prayed silently for the sick. When she retired, the hospital staff made a video for her. They said, you weren't just cleaning, you were healing. Even the smallest job becomes powerful when done with love and purpose. This chapter teaches, your life has meaning, even if you don't see it yet. Find what makes you feel alive, and do it more. The world needs your gift. Don't hide it. How to live with power and purpose. 1. Ask yourself daily, what can I do today that will matter tomorrow? 2. Do something that makes you feel proud, even if no one is watching. 3. Don't chase a perfect life. Chase a meaningful one. You have power. You have purpose. You are not small. You are not late. You are just beginning. So now you've heard the truth. This is not just a book. It's a mirror. a mirror that shows you what you've been thinking, and more importantly, what you could become. You don't need to be a genius. You don't need to be lucky. You just need to believe, really believe, that your thoughts can shape your life. Because they can. Because they already are. If you fill your mind with fear, you will live in fear. But if you fill it with faith, courage, peace, and kindness, then no matter what happens outside, you will be strong inside. Dr. Peale didn't give us magic. He gave us a mindset. And that mindset is this: you are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not your doubts. You are powerful. You are capable. You are loved. And you are still becoming everything you were born to be. So from today, speak kindly to yourself. Think boldly. Dream again. Love deeply. And believe with all your heart that something beautiful is on its way. Because it is. And if this book changed your thoughts, then it has already started changing your life. Subscribe for more life-changing book summaries, more motivation, and more English learning. And remember, the power of positive thinking is already inside you. See you in the next video.